I have no idea if I'm really inviting these people. Hello, hello to all of you on Facebook. Welcome, welcome. We ask that you like and share and subscribe depending on what platform you're watching on. Like, share, and subscribe. We are here with the doctor who's going to talk to us about some stock information. And then you're going to have an opportunity to learn a little more in depth by going into a private Zoom room with him. And so I'll give him an opportunity to share all of that with you. But welcome, welcome as you come in. We ask that you invite your followers to come in, invite people to come in and hear about the stock market, just basic information that you need to know if you want to get out there and learn what's happening. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Just come on in, come on in. We are going to get started momentarily. There used to be a room, a room of something that would allow you to invite everybody at once. At least I thought so.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Welcome, welcome, everybody on Facebook, and those of you who are coming into Clubhouse. We are doing this simultaneously. We're talking about stocks. We have our wonderful guest, Dr. V, the speaker. We're going to give you a chance to tell everybody who you are. Be mindful that you're talking on
Both platforms.
both platforms. Yeah, but go ahead and introduce who you are, and then let them know that at the end of this, they'll have an opportunity to connect with you even after we're done. I think this is only going to be on maybe about 30 minutes or so you can get ready for your 8 o'clock class. And
Okay.
all right, go ahead. The floor is
Well,
yours.
hello, everyone. My name is Dr. V, the speaker. Um, the name the speaker came about because I speak about a lot of topics. So what I want to talk to you tonight about is empowering yourself, right? Taking control of your financial future, as well as the next generation. So too often we are wrapped into the rat race and trying to figure out how to get financially free. I remember as a young age, I had an uncle of mine. I had told him I was going to become a millionaire because I worked so many hours, and he laughed and said, "Nephew, you go ahead and do that." And I tell you what, when you get a moment, when you want to talk, give me a call. And it was a few years later that I realized that, man, I cannot work myself to where I thought I would be, and that would be a millionaire. I don't care how many hours you work. I don't care how clever you think you are or how much you make per hour at the job. They're just not going to pay you enough to be free. And I live my life based on the four things: faith. We got to have faith. Second comes fitness. People say, why would you say fitness? Because you need to be fit in your faith. So, and the next will come family. You need to be fit in your family, right? A healthy family. And finances. You need to be healthy in your finances. So faith, fitness, family, and finances. And what that's about is making sure we're strong in all areas. Um, I won't tell you who to believe in, but what I will tell you is I do believe, and I am a praying man, and I believe that prayer changes things. Just last week, just the other day, I shared a video of a guy who just dealt with the tornadoes down in Kentucky. And what he said was he hadn't prayed in at least 5 years. But when he heard that roar of that tornado coming towards his home, he got down with his family. He began to pray, and he believes that's the only reason he and his family were safe. So again, faith um, is the driving factor to why I teach people stocks, real estate. I've been busy the last week, literally the last 7 days. I've been busy getting my first Airbnb open, and that's because you have to find new ways to create more money that doesn't require your time, right? It doesn't require your time. You got to put your money to work for you. I look at it like this. Your dollar, every dollar you get is an employee. So if you've got $100, you've got 100 employees. How can they empower you? Because that's what these companies do, right? They hire 100 people to empower the organization. So I hire a $100 bill, which would be 100 employees, to empower me. So I'm excited. The Airbnb is going to go live this weekend. We're putting the decor up tonight on the walls. Do the final sweep down, mop down again from all the mess we've probably been making, and it'll go live. But it's a new way for me to create income for my family. I'm going to release a course on that in January. Yes, there's a million Airbnb courses, but here's what will be different with my Airbnb course. I'm going to teach you how to launch an Airbnb on your financial situation, right? Everybody's telling you, oh my gosh, you can do Airbnb, and they don't really tell you how to do it on your budget. So we'll talk about that in January. Then you take money from something like that, right? And then you roll it into stocks. So why are stocks important? I like to tell people to don't look at dollar amounts, look at percentages. And if we understand percentages, then we'll understand why it's more important to look at percentages than it does the dollar amount. So when you go to the bank and you ask to borrow money, or you get a credit card and you look, they're billing you based on percentages, right? They're not billing you based on the dollar amount. They're billing you based on percentages. And what they're going to make is based off a percentage. So if you go to the bank and you say, hey, I want to save my money. And I tell people all the time, the biggest lie we've ever been told was to save our money. That's the wrong way to do it. We've been taught to save our money. I'm guilty. I told my children that for many years until I woke up and realized there was a better way. So we've been taught to save our money. If you look at your bank account, you go call your bank tomorrow and ask them what percentage they're going to pay you for you to park your money in your account for them to use it to loan to other people, you would be surprised, or maybe not. They're going to pay you less than 1%. It's been about 2-3 months now. I had a bank manager ask me, hey, you got such and such in your account. Why don't you let us put that in to this CD and we'll pay you X amount of dollars for 12 months or X amount of percent for 12 months. The percent they were going to pay me was 0.1% interest on my money. And I'm like, wow, I make more money than that in the stock market. I can go invest in your company in the stock market and make more than that. I make about 2% if I park it in your stock versus less than 1%, leaving it in the bank so you can go make money. So this is why I tell people to look at percents. Everybody write this down. The rule of 72. Write this down and go Google it. The rule of 72. So when you go to the bank and you want to make that investment, take the interest that they're offering you and divide it into 72, and it tells you how long it takes your money to double. So let's hypothetically say that the bank is going to pay you 2%, and you just heard me say they wanted to borrow $25,000 at less than a percent, right? They wanted to give me 0.1% to borrow $25,000 for 1 year. Like, no, that doesn't work. And then they'll trick you and say, oh, we'll give you a high yield savings account. You know what a high yield savings account is? 0.4%, still less than a percent, still not making any money. But if I take 2%, hypothetically, and divide it into 72, so if I put at 2%, put $25,000 in, it would take me 36 years to double my money. That's ridiculous. So I don't do business with the banks when it comes to investing my money. Now, what I do business with the banks is in the stock market when it comes to investing my money, because you will make a greater percentage. So you say, well, I'm not a stock trader, I don't understand. Great. But you can invest in companies, and the average stock grows 8 to 12% a year. Some have a greater year. Some struggle some years. But on average, you're going to get 8 to 12% out of your money. That's more than the bank is going to give you for letting them use your money. Here's another piece that you may not realize. You'll also get a dividend income from investing in certain organizations, right? So there's one company I tell all my clients, maybe they want to start investing in to kind of get familiar with what the dividends look like. And the stock symbol is PSEC. PSEC is the stock symbol. And what it is they will pay you 72 cents a year for every share you own in that company. So if I have 1,000 shares, I'm getting 72 cents a year for leaving 1,000 shares sitting there. Now, I haven't checked their prices recently, but they're probably right around $8 a share. So they're giving you a greater percentage than the bank is going to give you. Plus, that stock is going to grow on average 8 to 12%, give or take the economy. So, PSEC, if you put that in there, PSEC. Thank you. So that will give you an opportunity to make a dividend on your investment versus leaving your money in the bank, where your bank is going to make a lot of money off of you and they're going to give you pennies for using your money. We have to start to utilize our money for us and not for them. All right. So when I talk about stocks, and the reason I'm so passionate about teaching stocks, and what I'm going to be teaching tonight is, I want to teach the aunts, the uncles, I want to teach the parents, I want to teach the grandparents, right, the importance of opening up a custodial account for anyone under 18 years of age. So it might have been 5 or 6 years ago. I told my children, you know what? And I was nervous to tell them. I don't know why, I'm the parent, but I was nervous to tell them, hey, we're done with Christmas as usual. We're not putting boxes under trees anymore. I'm opening you a custodial account, stock account. I'm going to teach you stocks. We're going to get you strong in finances. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put $1,500 a year into that account as your Christmas gift. So it's the gift that'll continue to give. It's the gift that will change your life. And surprisingly, my children was like, okay, sweet, and that's what we've been doing. So this year, Christmas rolls around and I say, hey guys, what do you want for Christmas? And my youngest son, who's 14, says, Dad, we have everything we need. We good. Can I get some more stocks? And my oldest son, I asked him separately, and he had the same response. Dad, I would, can you drop a couple more $100 into our stock accounts? So empower the next generation to be financially free. And if you don't understand it, go take a course, go get a mentor, go get a coach. It might cost you something, but it will save you in the long run. I tell people all the time, my investing today isn't about me anymore. It's about my grandchildren, and I don't have any grandchildren. So I'm thinking generations ahead. We got to stop thinking about just today and maybe tomorrow, and let's start planning for the next generation. No, I don't live in that 12-bedroom mansion that I dreamed of as a child, but that's by choice. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make sure my next generation of my family can be financially free. And we're going to do that. We do that through custodial accounts. And I offer stock training for the youth to teach them the base level of walking into an investment, what to look for, the language to understand. They'll get an ebook, different things like that, different resources that will empower them in this area. I didn't realize how impactful it was to teach the young people this until here recently, and I've been doing it. But my son said in class, he's a freshman, he said in class that the teacher was teaching stock trading or stocks to the class, and he said, I have a stock account. He began to lead the discussion and share from his perspective as a peer why it was important to invest. And just last week, he did a presentation for another class where he wrote a speech out. He gave them the key resources that his dad has showed them to use for them to go out there and talk to their parents about opening custodial accounts for themselves. So if you really want to change the next generation, if you really want to make an impact, I'm going to challenge you to start thinking about Christmas differently, birthdays, and different things differently. I'm not saying don't buy any gifts, but what I'm saying is open that custodial account. And here's what I did. Because at the time, money was still tight. I was in school working on my PhD, so I had to pay tuition. What I did was I put $50 every paycheck into each one of their accounts, right? Now, you might do $20, whatever it is you can afford to do. If it's $5, the point is you have to get in the game. You can't win at this if you don't get in the game. Sitting on the sideline, we're done with those excuses. We're done saying we don't know. There's too many avenues and too many ways for you to have access to it. So here's what I want to do. I want to make it accessible to you. And tonight I'm going to be teaching the custodial piece at 8 p.m. I'm going to teach it for an hour. What I'll do is I'm going to talk about the importance of custodial. I'm going to talk about how stocks grow and why this is important for the youth. And then we'll even go out and I'll show you how I find different stocks to invest in, right, to kind of get you started. So what I want you to do is join me tonight. And if you send me a text right now, I will send you the link. There's no cost to join. If you send me a text right now, I will send you a link personally for you to join in Send it and share it to people. We're going to talk about custodial accounts because we're building generational wealth. We breaking the financial curse over our families, because God said that you will be the lender and not the borrower. And I believe that that is so for each and every one of us. So that phone number would be 419-909-6196. 419-909-6196. If you text me right now, and I will personally, I got my phone right here. I will personally send you the link to jump on with us at 8 o'clock. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be impactful. It's gonna cost you nothing tonight to come in and learn more about why it's important for you to invest and get your family on the track to be financially free. All right, so send me a text. Seriously, send me a text. It's gonna come to me. It's not an assistant. The first text will come back from an automated response because I'm busy doing different things. But then when I get off of here, I will literally respond to each person that has texted me for that information. So one last piece that I would leave you with is it's the end of the year. And something I do at the end of every year is I go through my finances. I mean, I rake through them. I go through them heavy because sometimes we get busy and we get off track, right? So we talk about finances. What I found was there was an account that I was paying for. It was my YMCA membership, right? It was an account I'm paying for. And I was paying $56 a month for this account. I haven't been since the pandemic started. How much money is that I could put into a stock account that could be making me money? So what I'm going to challenge you to do is find those subscription accounts that you're not using, cancel those accounts, and maybe that could be the monthly contribution you make to an account for yourself, for a child or grandchild that puts them on the path of financial freedom. We don't understand how important it is to make that monthly contribution to those accounts. But if you start today, I promise you the next generation will thank you for what it is you did to set the family on the path of financial freedom. Now, I'll go another step and say, you may say, well, I don't know what stocks. There are plenty of things that you can put your money into that aren't necessarily stocks, right? You got ETFs, you got mutual funds and different things like that. And I'll teach you all of that. You can put all of that, put your money in those places. It's a safe place. Yes, it does grow and shrink with the market, but overall, over a period of time, you will generate wealth for your family if you get in early. I'll leave you one last piece here. I know I keep saying last pieces, but something else just hit me. Let's look at our life insurance policies and make sure we have the right life insurance policy. But more importantly, let's make sure we have a life insurance policy. Something that the rich are doing or have been doing is they use their life insurance policy to generate wealth. And we're not doing that enough because we don't feel like we can afford to, or we don't understand it. So let's start getting an understanding of that. Whether it be jump on YouTube University, whether you talk to a financial advisor, let's make sure we get an understanding of how life insurance can create the next generation's wealth. So what I hope to see is you tonight on the Zoom call. Again, it's free. It's open to the public. We're talking custodial accounts. We're going to empower the next generation. We're going to put them on the path to financial freedom. I don't care if it's $5 a month that you can afford to deposit for that child, that grandchild, whoever it may be. Let's start it now. Let's start to build an understanding of how important it is. And once you start to see that money work for you, I think it'll change the way you work for your money. That's all I have. That's all I have for you this evening.
Appreciate you so much sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you sharing that. Didn't know if anybody had any questions real quick. We've got the number up there that you can call or text rather. Text the number so that you can join the class tonight at 8 o'clock, 419-909-6196. He's going to talk about teaching custodial or how to put together a custodial account and things that you need to know about that. That's tonight at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much, Dr. V. Anything else that you want to say, or does anybody have any questions? I don't see any hands raised on at all.
If no one has any questions, I really just want to say, listen, make sure you take care of yourself. Mental health, we're in that time of the year where a lot of people are down and depressed. So spend some time loving yourself in this season. Talk to God, walk with God, and check on the people that are quiet. Check on people and just make sure that they're good, right? And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's continue to spread love.
Good deal. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for your time. Thanks everybody
No
for
problem.
chiming in. And we will talk to you all later. Thanks a lot. Join
right,
this class
everybody.
at 8 o'clock, 419-909-6196. Text that number and get in on what you need to know about custodial accounts. We appreciate your time. Thanks a
Peace.
lot.
Absolutely.